The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday morning, man. We're up. We're at it on this Monday, getting into these markets, looking at what's going on, looking at opportunities that may be in front of your face, looking at all of this stuff that we got to look at to get you guys ready for the trading day on Monday. Let's put that work in. Let's give it 120. Yo, the opportunities are out here, man, and the market is giving you another opportunity right now to go ahead and get things right if you haven't got them right yet. But yo, we have all kinds of opportunities right now in front of our face that are looking at us. We can't look at everything as a negative. We've got to look at some of this positive stuff. And yo, we're out here working, baby. We're out here working our bags. We're out here giving it 120. We're out here looking at what's going on. We're setting ourselves up. We're doing the things that we need to do to make ourselves as successful as we possibly can in these markets that we're in. And yo, it's gonna be a hell of a week. I don't know what else to say. It's gonna be one of these weeks. I think we're gonna be on this roller coaster ride all the way up till Friday, all the way up until Powell speaks on Friday afternoon at Jackson Hole. So what do you got to do? You have to prepare for that roller coaster of a week, right? You got to prepare. That's all you can do is prepare and be ready to react when you need to react, whether that's positively or whether that's negatively. You have to be able to react in these particular markets that we're in. Friday is going to be an absolute monster day for all markets when Powell gets up there and gives his speech, because what do the markets have priced in at this point? The markets have priced in a 25 basis point rate cut, right? If there's any signs that we don't get a 25 basis point rate cut, yo, we're going to have some issues in all of these markets. There's no way around that. So, you know, we got to be prepared. We got to be prepared for what's coming. We have to be prepared for the good. We have to be prepared for the negative. But there's really no negative, because the markets are giving you a shot. The markets are giving everybody a shot. And that's kind of where we're at. That's kind of what we're looking at. That's how I see it. It will happen. These things will happen. And, you know, we got to put things in perspective as well. The market was hot for a long time. So there was going to be a cool down effect that came in. And these instances that we're going through on the macro right now are cooling the market. I mean, there's a big meeting today between Ukraine and a lot of the other NATO nations to try to figure out if they can come to some sort of agreement to end this Ukraine-Russia war. If they can, man, that's going to be absolutely tremendous for the markets. You have the EU tariffs that are getting ready to run out. And what are they going to do with them? They got to do something with them, give an extension, kind of like they did China, do something, or that's going to affect the markets. It's just one of these things that we got to work through. We got to work through it all. Curtis, good morning. Good morning. How are you? How are you? That's right. We're working. Junior, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, my brother. How are you? A short chat today, but that's all good because we're up and we're at it. I see people are watching, and that's what matters. So, yo, we are we're doing our thing, man, and we're gonna get in. We're gonna get after it. Let's go ahead. Let's look at the markets. You guys got me for an hour. You guys got me for a quick hour today. So, my man Selmo, good morning, my brother. Good morning, good morning, my brother. How are you? Uh, this market sucks. Yo, it sucks, but it's giving people the opportunity. It's giving opportunity. This market does suck. There's, I mean, it sucks if you were there for the run. It looks there's so much going on outside of just the markets in general. Like I said, you got the Ukraine. Ukraine's getting ready to come to the White House today with some people from the UN. And that's going to play a role. Friday's going to play the biggest role, though. What's Powell going to say? What's he going to say? Is there any sign that he's going to give us a cut? Is there any sign, any cut, a 25 basis point cut? If there's a sign that we're going to get that in September from his speech, the markets will recover. The markets will recoup. But if there's a sign that he's not going to do it, you already know. You already know what's going to happen. And you got to be prepared for both ways. That's why I always tell you guys, keep dry powder on the side. Keep dry powder on the side because you just never know. You never know. And with Trump, you just never know what you're going to get on a day-to-day basis either. A simple tweet comes out, a simple Truth Social post comes out, and the next thing you know, the markets are here, they're there, they're everywhere, they're just everywhere. So that's why you got to have that dry powder on the side. You just never know what the hell he's going to say. BlackRock wants to build. Yeah, BlackRock is is building. You know what I mean? And BlackRock definitely has a ton of land in Ukraine. They've been buying land this whole time. They've been buying land this whole time that we've been in this conflict. And definitely there's a lot of minerals out there. And there's a lot of resources out there. And that BlackRock would love to get their hands on and love to exploit the war that's going out there for their own good. And definitely they own a crap ton of land out there. I've been looking for a good pullback. Yeah, this is a good pullback. It's a nice size pullback. Definitely a nice size pullback. But somewhat I do agree, like BlackRock is going to capitalize on this particular war rate that we have going on out there. And they just been sucking up the land, man. They've been sucking up farmland. Your thing. Grab your coffee, do your thing, baby. So the Asian markets, they didn't trade too bad last night. They all good morning, Ken. Good morning, my brother. Good early afternoon to you. Asian markets didn't trade too bad last night. They actually ended up all in green, not too bad. European markets are absolutely tanking. Ken's taking all the money out of the market. All the money's out of the market. Ken's pulling everything out of the market. And just tanking the markets over there and building his bank account. So yeah, the European markets, they're down right now. They're not looking good at all. United States markets down, not looking good at all. But I got to tell you, the United States stock market's been on an absolute tear over the past couple weeks. So this pullback is kind of to be expected, right? Right. I mean, it can't just be all green candles all the time. It just is what it is. And we're here to capitalize on this thing. But we got that meeting today. That's huge. And we got to see what Powell says on Friday, man. Got to see what Powell says on Friday. That's going to send the markets or tank the markets right there, depending on how people interpret that. Nvidia, where is Nvidia at? And that's where it closed. Where is it at in its pre-markets? 179.98, closed at 180.45. So not too far off of its close. Not too far off of its close, Nvidia. So we'll see what's up. See what's up with Nvidia. Definitely AI runs like Nvidia runs. So Nvidia doesn't go, guess what? AI doesn't go. It's just that simple. But the United States talking about maybe taking a stake in Intel, which is interesting. Intel is a United States-based company. They're talking about taking a little bit of a stake in there. That rumor has it that they're talking about taking a stake in there. So if they do, if they do, and that news comes out, expect Intel stock to go absolutely through the ceiling. But we'll see. I'm not buying in because that all hasn't been confirmed yet. So moving on over here to crypto. I mean, the stock market here in the United States, it's not, it's the weekend. So it was the weekend. So there's really not a lot to go over with that other than the pre-markets. But the pre-markets look like trash over there in the European nations and the United States, man. They just look like trash right now. But like I said, they've been setting new all-time highs. So they definitely were due for a little pullback. And I think it's coming today. Baby. The whole key is, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do as investors? Are you going to sit back and on your hands and watch this go by you? Or did you do what you needed to do and have enough dry powder on the side to capitalize on a little bit of this? We got the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index right now in crypto sitting at 56, sitting in neutral. We got altcoin season sitting at 43 out of 100. So definitely came down about 3 points. Last time we were streaming, it was like 46. So it came down about 3 points. But look at the market cap, came down to we're under 4 trillion, 3.89 trillion. Obviously, institutional investors didn't like that $4 trillion market cap. They weren't ready to be there yet. Buy. Curtis says, buy, baby. Dry powder. But yeah, the crypto market didn't like that $4 trillion market cap. So they didn't want to get to 4.5. They didn't like the 4. They didn't want to get to 4.5. They said, no, you guys ain't ready yet. No, we ain't ready to send you guys yet. So we dropped down to a $3.89 trillion market cap. Oh, boy. That 4 trillion was looking good. Look at the chart. You can see the drop off last night. Going into last night, you can see the drop off and you can see the sell off, right there coming up underneath that $4 trillion market cap. But you just take your plans out that you had before it got to 4 trillion and you continue execute that plan. You see the negative inflows right now of ETFs. That's from Friday. So we don't really know where they're headed today because these numbers are from Friday. Bitcoin dominance ticking back up to 49%. As the market cap goes down, the Bitcoin dominance goes back up. We can't get to alt season until the Bitcoin dominance comes down. So this dominance is important. You're looking at 49%. Last time we were on here was Friday, and it was right around 48.5, somewhere up in there. You see the Ethereum dominance at 13.3%. The Ethereum ETFs are absolutely taking off, guys. I hope you guys are paying attention to that, because the more money that flows into Ethereum right now, the better off your altcoins are going to be. And I'll tell you, the ETFs are, they're cooling down. They cooled down on Friday, but up until Friday, they were absolutely killing it. And that's what you want. That's what you want. It's almost says 4.5. Somebody got the cut. Somebody got the cut of that 4.5. Yeah, somebody got the cut, man. Curtis says somebody got that cut of that 4.5. Yeah, Selmo says 4.5 is the key. I agree with Selmo. When you look at $4.5 trillion market cap, I think that's altcoin season That's altcoin. That's altcoin season right there. That when we get there, you'll see altcoin season about 75% of the way through. I think. So, you know, that's a key level. But like I was hanging out with my boy Wadi over there on TikTok yesterday, and one thing we were talking about, and I reminded them guys, like when we stopped the bull market last time, we were right around here, 3.8, 3.7 trillion dollars, right? So there's more money in this market right now than there was at the height of the bull run last time. When we stopped it, there's more money in this market right now. So think about that. I give you the good and the bad, right? The good is that there's more money in this market right now. So institutional investors have pumped this market up. Retail investors could only give you right around 3.8, 3.7 trillion, right? So, I mean, when we look at that and then we look at where we are, can you really complain that there's more money in the market right now than there was at the height of the last bull run? I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready to complain about that, So, Wadi gave up on YouTube. Wadi's doing really well over there on TikTok. To tell you the truth, he's doing really well, really, really well. So I understand the move made sense. The move made sense. He's doing really, really well over there. So, but yeah, you look at the Ethereum ETFs from Friday. You look at that. Look at it catch Bitcoin. Look at it catch Bitcoin's ETF. Ethereum's coming, man, and this dominance at 13.3%. It just take a step back and remember we were talking about this thing at 7%, 8%, 9%. Had to get over 10%. Had to get over. We're all the way up to 13.3%. So let's put this thing into perspective. We got $910.8 billion of longs and shorts out there that could be liquidated at any moment in time. If you were in a long going into the weekend, if you put a long in on anything going into the weekend, you're probably going to get liquidated if you didn't cash out yet, or take your losses yet. You're probably going to end up getting liquidated. Obviously, we got a daily chart, daily bubbles over here that are nothing but blood red, baby. But like I've been telling you guys all bear market, red equals green to me, baby. When there's blood in the streets, DG's going to eat, baby. We going to eat. And, I'm looking to eat today. I'm not going to trade anything until the market opens. But if this market continues to go down, when there's blood in the streets, baby, your boy going to eat. This is where I load the bags up and just like, I'll see you in a month. You know what I mean? I'll see you in a month. We'll see where you're at. Gotta do it. Gotta do it that way. Buy red, sell green, baby. The easiest way to make money. Buy red, sell green. So you got Bitcoin sitting over here at 115,000. When I woke up, this thing was at 114.5. So it's starting to come up a little bit. Ethereum $4,272. What's up? It was on our way to 4,800. What happened, baby? What happened? Look at XRP under $3, sitting at $2.96. XRP is actually in the green on the hour. We'll get there, but just barely 0.2%. But it's actually in the green. So looks like the bulls are going to try to step in and bring XRP back up to that $3 mark. Because it's actually in the green on the hour. Got to get above that $3 mark. If it doesn't, it could fall to 250. It could fall to 250, baby. But BNB sitting at $832. It's actually in the green on the hour as well, down 3% on the day though. When you look at BNB, it was just last month that it was sitting at 700 750, somewhere up in there. So Solana at 180, holding the line on the hour, down 6% on the day. Solana got dusted last night, 6%. That's a big pullback from a top 6 token. That's a huge pullback. But with every pullback is every opportunity, right? That's the common theme for this morning. Every pullback gives you every opportunity. Dogecoin. We don't talk a lot about Doge, but Grayscale. Looks like Grayscale put in for the ETF, the spot ETF. We'll see where that goes. It's the second ETF for Dogecoin, so we'll see what's up with that. But yeah, Grayscale definitely putting some money behind Doge. See where it goes. The interesting thing about Doge, though, is Doge is a mintable token, right? So based on the volume and based on the market cap, it actually mints more tokens, right? So how does that work with, the ETFs? They're going to drive the volume up. So is Doge actually going to mint too many tokens, right? That's the question I always have about Doge, is because it's mintable and it mints on the way up, then, it produces more tokens on the way up. Then, when the price drops, there's more tokens in circulating supply. It's harder to move that price back up. Cardano holding on to 90 cents though. Cardano was on a move the other day, man. That thing was $1. Thing was on the move, baby. The thing was on the move. But remember, we're just talking about Cardano at like 70 cents, maybe last month. Now it's in at 91 cents, and everybody's saying, "Oh my God, it pulled back 5.3%." But if you would have got in to ADA at 50 cents and even bought at 60, is this pullback to 91 cents really a huge pullback for you? Probably not, right? Like you probably could ride this out, right? You got Chainlink sitting over here at 24.81. 24.81. Chainlink has been performing pretty damn well. It was actually up on the day, 1%, just slightly up. So basically call that trading even, when the rest of a lot of these other top altcoins were down 5 to 7%. Chainlink actually held a plus 1%. Call it, like I said, call it even. It's down 0.7% on the hour, but when everybody else was leaking, when everybody else sprung a leak, Chainlink is just kind of hanging on. It's just kind of hanging on. So I like that. Stellar up 0.1% on the hour, but 5.4% on the day. Stellar's got to hold this 40-cent mark. If Stellar doesn't hold this 40-cent mark right now, you could possibly see a 35-cent Stellar, because it's, you get over here to the chart. We'll look at this thing. It's been trading inside of this channel for a long time, just consolidating inside of this channel. And right here, you can see this channel. We're on the daily chart. You see this channel right here, right? And it's just been consolidating right inside of this channel. You can literally trade this channel, right? And if it drops below this channel, if it comes out of this support that it's in right now, you're looking at all of this, what we call fair market value, right? There's no support, no resistance up through here, right? So technically, in order for you to see any type of support or resistance from ADA, you're coming down. I mean, from XLM, you're coming down here to 32 cents. It's got this. So it's got to hold this. It's got to hold this channel, and the bottom of that channel is sitting right now at 40. Right where it is right now, right about 40 cents. So it's got to hold up. It's got to hold up in there. If it doesn't, I can tell you right now, it looks like Stellar's coming down here to that 30-cent mark. And that's not doom and gloom. I mean, does it come down to 30 cents, 35 cents, somewhere up in there? Yeah, it could. And if it does, you know, I mean, it's going to be a long fight back up to where it is. I mean, Stellar's got it in them; they can do it. But this is one project right here I'm watching because if this thing starts to drop, it's gonna go. It's gonna go. It's gonna go pretty rough. H bar sitting at 24 cents. I'm a huge H bar fan in this bull run. And AVAX sitting at $23.76. I think AVAX has definitely got to run it. Heat, what's going on, baby? What's going on, man? I think AVAX definitely got to run in it here. And it's holding up pretty damn well. Down 4% on the day, 0.2% coming up, 0.2% on the hour. So I like how AVAX is holding up. Tell you the truth, it's hard to hold up in this market when everything's coming down where it is, but AVAX is doing okay. Pepe sitting at 1068. My boy Pepe's got to hang on, baby. What we can't do is we can't give this zero back, right? We can't go to 5 zeros. You got to stay at 4 zeros. You got to stay in the game. Lost 5% on the day, which is roughly about where the rest of the altcoins were. And I consider some of these top memes, they're going to run with the altcoins, right? But so Pepe's got to hold that zero. It's got to hold on to this 4-0 mark. So we're going to see. That's another one I got my eye on throughout the day is what does Pepe do here? Does it step up and hold the 4-0 mark, or do we look at a 5 zeros 9 8 Pepe again, right? And it's been we've been here before, you know. We've definitely been here with Pepe before, not too long ago. Just right over in this area right here, we were here. So let's see where we head. But yeah, Pepe definitely is on the list of tokens that I'm looking at. Going, oh, this thing could drop. This thing could drop. So after last weekend, I'm super. What'd you say, Ken? What are you super bullish on, baby? You're super bullish on ETH? Oh, me too. Me too. I think ETH has got a good run in it right now. Glenn, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, dog? How are you, my man? How are you? Good morning. Good morning. I'm super bullish on ETH right now. You know, ETH can run in these ETFs. Like I was saying to you earlier, just look at the ETF volume that's coming through Ethereum right now. You know, you look at this and it's catching the Bitcoin ETF volume, right? So, I think, what happens here is, these things, the Bitcoin ETF, all big monies are already in here. It's already in there, right? So when you look at the Ethereum ETF, now you rotate, right? These ETFs are a rotation, much like crypto's a rotation. These ETFs are a rotation. So now that people have stacked, a lot of these big hedge funds have stacked these Bitcoin ETFs, and they are where they want to be. They start to rotate into the Ethereum ETFs, right? And they will stack the hell out of these Ethereum ETFs, right? These hedge funds, big, huge investors will stack the hell out of these ETFs, and that'll drive the price up. And then they'll rotate into the next one, which is probably going to end up being either XRP or Solana ETFs that they'll start to rotate into. The one big thing and why I'm so bullish on Ethereum right now is because these ETFs, they put in an amendment. BlackRock put in an amendment to their ETF where they're going to allow staking, right? So now you think about all of these ETFs that are out here and all of these people that are buying them, and then they stake them away and gain yield, right? It's kind of like a dividend stock for these big, huge investors, right? So when that happens, it's going to be real interesting. Ethereum's going to get real interesting really fast, because if you're staking your ETFs away and getting yield, and then all of a sudden your ETFs have to be backed Ethereum for Ethereum, you're basically stacking your Ethereum away. These hedge fund companies have to stack their Ethereum away in order to pay yield. Now all of a sudden you have all this ETH staked away, and it's in circulating supply, but it's technically not on the market. So it's a supply and demand thing, right? So it's going to get real interesting. I haven't pulled up, Glenn. I haven't pulled up any meme tokens on here in a minute, man. The top 200 have just been so hot lately. I really just haven't I haven't pulled up any meme tokens on here in a minute. And we've had so much news that it's one of them things where it's just run out of time, actually. So, but yeah. I know, trust me. It's crazy, man. This crypto world is crazy, man. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, I know, Glenn. I know we got it. I know you want me to look at it, man. I'm trying to look at something. I was just looking at something real quick, but yeah, I mean, when we look at this, why is the crypto market down? It doesn't take a rocket science to figure out why the crypto market's down. It's these external. A lot of it is about these external events that are going on, and there's a big event going on today, like we talked about earlier. Zelensky's coming back to the White House, right? Zelensky's coming back to the White House today. He's coming with a lot of the people, from NATO. They're going to try to get this deal done. I think it's in the best interest of Ukraine and the UN to get a deal. I know it may not be the deal everybody wants. It may not be the deal it might not be the outcome that everybody was looking for, but we have to end this thing. In order for these markets to send, you can't be in conflict with everybody in order for these markets to send. And it's just kind of how it is. Like, and unfortunately, unfortunately, we just have to get there. I don't know how else to say that. We have to get there. So hopefully we get to some sort of agreement today. Get to some sort of agreement. I mean, it's not going to end today, but we just need some positive talks is all we need, right? Some positivity, some positive talks, all of that good stuff. So, but then Friday's the big one. Friday's when Powell comes out. Friday will sink or swim these markets. It will sink or swim these markets. I would suggest that nobody trades on Friday until after that speech happens. Which I want you guys to miss. Friday's gonna be a little rough for people. So let's see. Let me see something real quick here. Glenn, is it this one? Is it this one, Glenn? I believe that. I believe that this one's it. Well, this one's 26. All right. Well, we'll see. Tried to bring it up for you, Glenn, but there's so many different tokens out there, and I wish you could send me the contract address, but I can't get it on StreamYard. So, oh crap! I didn't want to do that. I don't know what your guys' thoughts. What are you guys looking at this on this downturn? What are you guys looking at? Is there any like projects out there that you guys are looking at and going, you know what? I think on this downturn, if we hit a downturn that I'm going to get into, that I'm going that we're going to look at and go, you know, these projects are the ones that I'm really truly looking at as a runner, you know. Glenn, what chain? Is that on the Ethereum chain? Because everything I'm coming up with right now is 25 cents. Everything I'm coming up with for that project is 25 cents. But let me know. Let me know in the chat if there's anything that you guys are looking at from a project standpoint. Base ETH, some base. We'll get into some of these news in a minute. I'm just gonna see if I can find this project for Glenn here. Is the ticker FDX? Is the ticker FDX, Glenn? Is that the ticker on that? Because it's not coming up. The only one I have coming up for me on base, I have two of them, and neither one of them are 14 cents. So, and I can't copy that contract address out of StreamYard. So that's That's one of the problems. And 3,000 motherfuckers on base. Here, I think I found it. I think I found it. Here we go, Glenn. I think I found it. I think we're in. I think we're gonna look at this chart. We gonna see. Is it this one? Is it this one, Glenn? Sitting at 14 cents even on base. I believe that's it, brother. Black belt. Write it down. Look it up later. I think this is it right here, Glenn. I think that this one's it. All right. So, what do you got for us, Glenn, today? $34.1K. In liquidity, 133, 139K in market cap. Low cap. If this is it, this is really low cap. What's the value on this thing? Holders, 62 volume, 24-hour volume, 54 points. That can't be right. I'll write that down. That can't be right with a 24-hour volume of $54. That can't be the ticket, Glenn. That one can't be the ticket. Mike, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. I'll go back, look at the chat, get the contract address. This one can't be the ticket. This one can't be it with $54 and 24-hour volume. That's rough. That's real rough. But this got a 14-cent mark on it. Contract address. Yeah, well, I'll look it up. If this one's it, then you have volume problem. You have a volume problem. And nobody's buying. If this one's it, nobody's buying and nobody's selling. All right, let's do our thing here. But yeah, so the market's down due to all the macro, right? Macroeconomics, gal. What else do we got going on over here? Metaplanet's doing its thing, buying more and more Ethereum, and Bitcoin. It's expanding its Bitcoin holdings. So they're definitely buying a dip. Metaplanet is buying a dip. How are you? I'm doing good, brother. How are you, Mike? How are you, man? Clocking in, Junior. Have a good one, brother. Have a good one. Yeah, I know all about Paul Chain, Selma. They got to get volume over there. I've been rolling with Paul Chain and keeping up with Paul Chain since before it actually launched, and they have to get volume. They have to get projects and volume over there. That's an issue for Paul Chain. One of the best blockchains out that nobody knows about. That's the other issue, is that not a lot of people know about it. It's crazy to me that Paul Chain actually is out, and Dog on BTC. I like dog on BTC. I like that. I actually own that meme coin. I think it's going to absolutely send. It's going to be the biggest meme coin on BTC's blockchain, and I love it. I love it, Curtis. But yeah, Paw Chain, they got to do something different. They got to do something different with either their marketing or bringing projects over, or they have to do something to increase the volume and increase people launching on their blockchain. A blockchain is only as good as its volume. You could have the biggest and baddest blockchain out there. If you can't get people to build on it, you can't get volume on it, it's worthless. It's worthless because that's what drives price. Um, so I keep a close eye on Paul Chain just because I do like it, but they haven't performed well when it comes to volume. Dog on BTC, love that meme coin, and remember, it's the dog on BTC. It's the meme coin dog on BTC, the one with the hat, all that stuff. Don't get caught up in buying it. And, you know, if you're looking at a meme coin on BTC, that's not the official dog. It's the number one meme coin on the BTC blockchain. I actually own it. I actually really like the project. I think that Bitcoin maxis will send it. Just because, you know, they're not going to sit back on the hype. You know, they want some hype over there on the blockchain too, on BTC as well. So I definitely like that, and I've been accumulating that one for a little while, Curtis. Just slowly in the background, just kind of accumulating that one for a little while. On the dips, I'll buy a little bit here, buy a little bit there, but yeah, I think that's a good project. That's a good meme coin, I should say. Gemini is going to launch its IPO, the Gemini cryptocurrency exchange. The Winklevoss twins looks like they're going to go ahead and do what Coinbase did and eToro did, and they're going to go ahead and launch their IPO. They've been working on it. You know, I mean, they're not going to have a problem. One, because they're the Winklevoss twins, and two, because, you know, they're pretty regulatory compliant with everything. So I like it. I like that they're going to launch their IPO and actually move that thing forward. But Ethereum, guys, the ETFs in Ethereum, I don't know how to stress that even more. The volume over there is so crazy. And I'm bullish on ETH right now. I just am very bullish on ETH right now. But when you look at let's look at Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin's running this market right now. You know, what Bitcoin does is what the rest of the market does. They're running this market. You look at the channel that they've been trading sideways in. Guess what, guys? They're right back down in that channel. Again, on a daily chart right here, they're right back down in the inside of that channel, and they're just plugging sideways. Is all they're doing. I know everybody's flipping out about a 115, 114 Bitcoin. You know, I woke up this morning and I seen it. But when you look at it, the only thing they did was drop back down into the support that they've had in this channel for so long. And they're just chugging along. And they're probably just going to chug along until Friday, until the speech happens. It's legitimately is probably what's going to happen. And the rest of the market's going to follow suit. It's just going to plug along and go sideways until Friday. You know, it's nobody's going all in on the market right now. SPX 6900. We've been talking about this one for a while. It's touching this 200-day moving average. So SPX 6900 is another one that I'm keeping my eye on, because if it falls underneath this 200-day, 120, $1.20 is on the table for SPX. And I know that sounds like doom and gloom, but this 200 days are really important average. You don't want to fall below that 200 day. You could be in trouble. So definitely watching SPX. Obviously, you guys know I'm a big, I support that project. I like that project a lot. So anything underneath the 200 day, we're probably going to end up looking to scoop a little bit there. SUI, Chewy, $3.50. Oh boy, this one continues to come down this morning. Oof. It looked like it was gaining a little bit of ground as the morning went on, but then I just look at this chart and it just continues to come down. But look at what happened. Here's the 200-day right here, and it fell below that 200-day. It regained itself. It woke up and smacked itself in the face and said, "Oh boy, we can't play down here. We can't play down here." So it smacked itself in the mouth. It got back above that 200-day, but boy, you don't want to be flirting with that average, that 200-day moving average. And another one to keep an eye on today, guys. Just pull up the daily charts, put your 200-day moving average on there. If it goes below the 200-day, you know it's coming down. It's probably coming down, and that's probably a good time to buy. Actually, it's actually probably a good time to buy. Where is the RSI on this thing? Definitely coming down. Definitely coming down. It is one to get Charles Hawkins. I'm bullish on ADA right now. We talked about ADA when we first got on stream, and you look at this thing. I want to come over here and look at ADA. Actually, I want to pull ADA up over here because I actually just want to look. People don't understand what ADA just did last week. Let's pull up the ADA chart that we want to pull up. Let's pull up the Tether chart. 89 cents. It's sitting right here at the zero line on the RSI. But look at what ADA did last week. It came from 71 cents, right? Right here. It sat here, 71 cents, right? It pulled itself all the way up to, let's come up here, $1, right? And then it came back down, right? Came back down off of $1 and sitting at 89 cents. Let's call it 90 cents, right? But look at that. Look at the run it was on. And we sat here on this channel and we talked about ADA all the way back in here and in here and said this one could do something. It's talked about at the White House all the time. It's talked about, in government all the time. And just to keep your eye on ADA, and ADA went on its own run last week. It went on its own little run. And I don't think it's done. I think you could see, you could see a good ADA price this run, definitely. It isn't want to get. Okay, I just read that. Yeah, he's all up in government, Soma. All up in government, man. But yeah, so ADA, I don't know. I hold it, and I'm gonna hold on. I'm holding on because I really think I mean I know there's not a lot of volume over there, and that is the rub from a lot of people in the community. Oh, there's not a lot of volume on ADA. There's not a lot of stablecoin volume on ADA, so on and so forth, right? But I just think that ADA itself is getting ready to do something different. I think they're going to work with government. I think you're going to see ADA implemented into some of the governmental systems and things that they have going on where blockchain could be a little bit more efficient, not necessarily for moving money, but maybe moving statistics and data around the government. And I think that's more of their niche, and I think that they'll get it, and I think it'll run, So I'm big on ADA. Chainlink too. Look at where Chainlink is. Look at where Chainlink is. Chainlink is definitely trying to push push up to this 0.7078 on the fib level, and that's a big level. You look at the trend line right here going through the middle, it's definitely trending to the upward side, right? So you look at Chainlink. If Chainlink can find itself right up in here, right around that $30.70 mark, if Chainlink can find itself up in here, basically in price discovery up there, you're gonna see Chainlink make a move. VeChain. I don't own any VeChain, but I like VeChain. I like the fact that they're hooked up with Walmart. I like the fact that they're hooked up with a lot of institutions that are going to use their blockchain for logistical support and things like that. I like the fact that they've launched a couple different tokens over there as far as Thor, things like that. So I like VeChain. I think VeChain's got a run in it. How much of a run is yet to be seen, but I do think that VeChain has a lot of upside, and the security on the blockchain is like second to none, right? Like when you look at what they're trying to do over there. So I do like VeChain. I obviously you can't own everything. I can't own everything. I don't have an unlimited supply of money. So VeChain is one that I don't own, but I do think that project will move and make people cash once they actually get it up and running and everything out there. So I like VeChain. I like VeChain from that perspective. So I wanted to show you guys. I'm gonna hit you guys with something maybe. Let me see if I can pull it up, and then I'm gonna let you guys chew on it. And see if I can get this where I want it, and if I can, I'm going to allow you guys to. This might not be what I wanted here. Hold on. Something I kind of been holding back on even putting out there, but I think it's probably time if I can find it. Oh, this isn't gonna let me search it up. Oh, you guys might have to wait till Wednesday. You guys might have to wait till Wednesday. Maybe we'll get there. Hold on. Well, maybe I'll bring it up on Wednesday. I'll leave you guys with that. But I want you guys to do some homework for Wednesday. What's up, Big Watch dude? For your own good. For your own good, I want you to look some stuff up and for Wednesday, because Friday is going to be a big day, and markets are just going to trade sideways until Friday. So on Wednesday, I want to have a discussion about something. Selmo, Curtis, Ken, Big Watch, everybody in the chat, go to the ISO 2022 FAQ page. Look up cryptocurrency on the FAQ page, right? And let's talk about it on Wednesday. A lot of people do a lot of research on ISO tokens. And I think I've done this a long time ago, and it's kind of one of these things I've been kind of holding back on having a conversation on, right? But going into this bull market, I think it's time that we had the conversation, not about what people are telling you is happening in ISO 2022, but exactly what the ISO 2022 board in compliance says is going to happen with ISO 2022. People can tell you whatever they want. You have to go read what the actual governing body is saying about what ISO 2022 is and about who's compliant and who's not compliant. Don't worry about who's compliant. What is compliant and what is not compliant. And there's a lot of information out there that is just misinformation. Wait, hold on, right here. We found it. We found it, and I think we found it at the right time, kind of towards the end of the stream, where you guys can kind of chew on this for a minute. Matter of fact, I don't want to share it like that. I want to pull this over here, and I want to share it like this. Yeah. All right. So I want you guys to pay attention real close. Yeah, Ken. Homework. I've never given out homework in my life, but we're going to give out some homework. So you notice I leaned back in my chair, right? Because this isn't going to be an easy conversation. And this is why we're going to start it at the end of the stream, and then we'll pick it up on Wednesday. Everybody is saying that their cryptocurrency is ISO 2022 compliant, right? I want you to get this right from the ISO 2022 frequently asked questions page directly related to cryptocurrency, right? Elbows in the building. What's going on, man? Well, this sure didn't go. They said this sure isn't going to be good. It's going to be great once you've done enough research and know what you're talking about, right? So, coming right from the ISO 2022 frequently asked questions page, it clearly states right here that there is zero cryptocurrency that is ISO 2022 compliant. I want you to chew on that for a minute. There is no cryptocurrency. Send me some pie. Send you some KY. There is no cryptocurrency that is ISO 2022 compliant. Just sit on that for a minute. And I'm not going to read this word for word, but I'll give you the overview. And then you can go back and read it. Inherently, blockchains will be implemented into the ISO system, but they are not ISO compliant. They are going to be used as an intermediary to move money in between financial institutions. But they are not ISO 2000. There is no blockchain that's ISO 2022 compliant, as ISO 2022 is a messaging system between people, between institutions, I mean. So there's a difference. And these projects spin this. They use word gymnastics. They spin this. A lot of projects will say, we meet the ISO 2022 requirements, which they probably do. I'm not here to argue that. But are they ISO 2022 compliant? There's a big difference in conversation, whether you meet the requirements or whether you're compliant. Any project that says that they're ISO 2022 compliant is lying. Because it tells you right here on your FAQ page that there is no cryptocurrency that is ISO 2022 compliant. And there is no blockchain that's ISO 2022 compliant. I want you to understand that. So be careful when people start to say in these projects, when we start to say ISO is going to, and the only reason I bring this up is because ISO is going to roll out in November. And I don't want people's feelings to get hurt when all of these projects that are supposed to run, they're supposed to run and run hard in November because ISO is getting ready to release itself. And some of them don't run because there's no such thing as a cryptocurrency that's ISO 2022 compliant. So read that, man. As Elmo gets his KY for his pie, and well, I'll leave you guys with that. Go read this for yourself. You don't know me to tell you. I've been waiting for somebody to ask about this for months and months and months and months, and nobody has asked this question, but it's right on the page. You don't have to guess. Give us the next. That you guys flipped me on that one. Give us the next $1 billion token. Oh man, I don't know if there's gonna be one. Tell you the truth. Give you the next big token. I don't know if there's gonna be one. KY. You don't want to put any KY on your pie. Come on, Big Wise, put it on there, man. Rub that KY in that pie, right on the crust. But yo, I encourage you guys. I really do encourage you guys to go read this, and we'll look at it in a little bit more detail on Wednesday, because I don't want you guys out here getting wrecked. Right now, a lot of people will not give you guys the truth. I'm here to give you the truth. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm going to give you the good, bad, the ugly, just like we talked about Paul Chain and all that, and how they need volume. I love the project, but they need volume. They need marketing. And without volume and without marketing, they're just dead in the water. They're going to keep treading water where they are. We're going to talk about this too. You know what I mean? And because a lot of people are going to get caught up in this ISO 2022 conversation. So you know what this says, right? That there's no token that's ISO 2022 compliant, right? Which means this may hurt some feelings out here. XRP is not ISO 2022 compliant. Wrap your head around that. They're not compliant with ISO standards. RippleNet is compliant with ISO standards, but XRP is not compliant with Ripple standards. Quant is not ISO 2022 compliant. Understand this. Understand what I'm telling you. So there's no token that's technically compliant. So let's talk about this on Wednesday. You guys go read it. You guys go do your research. You guys go look at it. Don't take my word for it. Go read it. They do say blockchain can be utilized in the ISO system to move money, but they are not compliant. And there's no blockchain that's compliant, right? There is literally no blockchain that is built out here right now that's ISO 2022 compliant. So you always thought it was overhyped. I've been holding on to this for a long time, Big Watch. Like I let the narrative play itself out, and I kind of just chilled out, and just kind of let it play itself out, and just kind of seeing where it was going to head, right? And seeing what people were saying, and whether or not that they were going to change this FAQ page, and maybe some cryptos would become compliant. Maybe they would allow it. But when you really get down into what they're saying, it doesn't even match what ISO is. ISO is a messaging system. It's not even so you gotta understand what it is. So understand what, and we'll talk about it on Wednesday, but I want you guys to read it. I want you guys to go read it. I want you to read it and then go back and think about all of the projects that said that they were ISO 2022 compliant. I'm going to leave you guys with a laugh. This is a funny for you when it's based around all of this, right? Remember the project that we were in called MMAI and that nice pure wallet that they kept talking about, and they kept saying that they were going through the ISO certification and they were going to get ISO certified and all of that. Guess what, y'all? There's no such thing. Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. These people that are running around here talking about XRP is ISO 2022 compliant and excellent. All these people are going to, they're all compliant. It's a mirage. It doesn't exist. It's impossible. It's impossible based on the regulations. It's impossible. Can't happen. Can't happen. I expect a huge run in the fourth quarter, Selma. That's why I'm not worried about this pullback. I expect a huge run in September. I expect us to absolutely send it. I expect a rate cut in September, 25 basis points. And then I suspect that we have to get the Clarity Act passed. I got to get out of here, guys. I'm already late for work. We got to get the Clarity Act passed. I think once the Clarity Act is passed, then all your ETFs are just going to come out. They're just going to start flooding the market with ETFs once the Clarity Act is done. And they have some guardrails up. I think that's when you're going to see your XRP ETFs. That's when you're going to see your Solana ETFs, your Chainlink ETFs, your HBAR ETFs, obviously your Dogecoin ETFs, because Grayscale put in for that just the other day. I think you're going to see all of your ETFs come out, and you're going to see prices send. Now, will all of the ETFs make it? Absolutely not. There will be winners and there will be losers in this ETF battle. But you're going to see a SUI ETF that's already applied for. I think you'll see that's when you're going to see these things send, right? And that's going to kick off altcoin season right there. I think them three things right there. You're going to need rate cuts. You're going to need the Clarity Act to pass, and then you're going to need the ETFs to be released. And when all of that happens, you're going to see a market take off. Like you can't, like you just, I think we're in for a market move that we've never seen before. I only asked yesterday. Is Augie still sick? Yeah, he's sick. Augie's sick. All right, man. He's sick of trying to figure out why his wallet isn't ISO compliant like they promised everybody, because it doesn't exist. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. And a lot of these projects have been lying to us for a long time when it comes to ISO. And it only takes a quick search right to the ISO page, frequently asked questions underneath cryptocurrency, and you will realize they're all lies. They're all word gymnastics. None of them can be ISO compliant. Nobody. No blockchain. Not Ethereum, not Bitcoin, not Ripple, not nobody. No wallet, no token. It doesn't exist. It's all lies. It's all a smoke screen. It's all smoke and mirrors. Lies, lies, lies. Go look at it yourself. Don't believe me. Go look at it yourself. All right, guys, we're up out of here. We'll be back here on Wednesday, and we'll get back into more of this ISO discussion. All right, y'all. We out. Peace. Everybody have a great day. Keep that money on the side, baby, because Friday's about to get real interesting. We out. Peace.